I first want to talk about our crime situation that we're facing in the city of Houston. We know that since the beginning of the global pandemic, cities across the country, including Houston, have witnessed an increase in violent crime and homicides. But my concern primarily is with the city of Houston and what is happening in the city of Houston. And I know COVID-19 has contributed to mental health issues, anxiety surrounding isolation, sickness, death, economic downfalls, employment and educational challenges. All of that's true. But however, you cannot blame everything on the pandemic. And in Houston, we have a situation that we need to address in our city as we tackle the coronavirus as well. But not all of these situations, crime that's occurring in our city is directly tied to the pandemic. It is a crime problem that we must all work together to confront, and that's what I'm asking all of us to do. This is an all hands on deck situation. It's not just left up to HPD, but it's all of our responsibility to get on top of the crime situation that's occurring within our city. Starting last Friday night and over the weekend, police responded to multiple reports of shootings, which resulted in the death or serious injuries of several individuals. One victim was a 34-year-old woman who was a victim of road rage that allegedly started as an argument over her vehicle blocking the roadway, according to witnesses. A suspect shot her and fled the scene. Fortunately, none of the murders this weekend involved teenagers, but there were 7 other non-fatal shootings in the city this weekend, and 3 of them involved teenage victims. The motives in the shootings vary from gang and narcotic related to retaliation to arguments. There's a graphic. If you can put the graphic up. You know, since January 1st, there have been 44 homicides. 5 of them inside the city of Houston have involved teenage victims. And Dushan Davis, 18 years of age. Vegas Blake, 15 years of age. Raul Zarco, 17. Jadia Spencer, 17. Davion Abadi, 16. I wanted to bring that up. In all of these cases, you know, we have gotten the suspect on 1 of them. 4 of them remain at large. The point that I want to make today is that there are people within our city who know the individuals responsible for the death of these teens. And it is important for people to provide that information to police or to law enforcement or to somebody that can help us to identify and find these individuals who perpetuated these crimes. These are families who are deserving of having the persons who committed these acts of violence, who killed their loved ones, to be brought to justice. And I'm asking people to provide us the information. There are several things that we are doing and will continue to do. We have redirected funding from even within HPD to detectives and to the homicide division. This coming weekend, in view of what has taken place this weekend and previous ones, we're going to be even more concentrated in our efforts, and we'll have an increased presence on our streets throughout the city of Houston, especially in hotspot areas based on the analysis and the data that we are tracking. Already, we are working closely with constables and the Harris County Sheriff Department to have an increased and expanded presence on our streets. We are targeting hotspots throughout the city and arresting and impounding vehicles of people engaged in these street takeovers. All of these type of crimes, we believe, kind of bleed over into the other. There's a noticeable rise in teen violence, as I've indicated, and we are closely monitoring social media and tracking gang activity. But we cannot, and when I say we, HPD cannot cannot do it alone. So therefore, we're asking the community to become much, much more engaged and involved. We need people to speak up and provide us with the information or with information that they know or that they have been given, and to share that information with us to help us to solve many of these crimes. No home, no community, no neighborhood in our city should provide a safe place for people who are committing these crimes. Reporting can be done anonymously. You do not have to give us your name. So reporting can be done anonymously. You can contact Crime Stoppers, or even contact HPD, or you can contact the mayor's office and provide us with information that can lead to the arrest and conviction of these individuals. And then please bear in mind, in some cases, there are possible rewards for the information that you give. We need community and faith-based leaders to encourage others to provide information and to protect their communities. I know there is some concern by some that they don't want to, quote unquote, rat on people. But this is not about ratting. This is about helping us to keep your home, your street, your neighborhood, your park, your retail store, your business, your own family, friends, relatives safe. And again, I know there's maybe some hesitancy with providing this information, but the very information you give can protect somebody else. And then what I would say, put yourself in some mother's shoes, or some father's shoes, or brother and sister's shoes, whose son or daughter may have been seriously injured or killed. And so we are asking faith-based leaders and other community leaders to please speak up and to participate in encouraging others to provide this information. We need apartment owners and managers to provide better or enhanced protection and security for their tenants. And then let me just ask that no PR or low bonds be given to people who are out on their second, third, or fourth felony offenses. So this is an all hands on deck by everyone. Everyone needs to participate. HPD, there are 5,300 police officers covering this entire city, but we need to leverage our resources with other law enforcement entities, looking at where the evidence points to where the hotspots are occurring, and then concentrate our resources in those particular areas. So this is the number one priority as we are looking at the information, and the number of coronaviruses are going down within our city. Positivity rate is going down. We also need to come together collectively, all hands on deck, just like we're doing with this coronavirus, to bring the criminal situation down within our city. So it's the number one priority for this administration, and I'm asking us to work collectively to get it done. We will get the numbers down. The crime will go down in our city, but it's going to take all of us to really deal with it in a very concentrated fashion.